to go over some of the roles that we have in our meetings so everybody knows what everyone needs to do. I forgot to get prepared. Sorry. Now, when you come to Toastmasters, you sign up either to be a better communicator or a better leader. But, as you will see in this presentation, you will wear many different hats in your Toastmasters journey. First, we have the Toastmaster. Now, Jim is our Toastmaster today, and anyone can sign up to be the Toastmaster. Jim did an excellent job at motivating everyone to come to our meeting. What did he do? He ensured that everyone knew that his meeting was this week and that he was the Toastmaster. And he used a very interesting subject line to get you to open up that email. As a matter of fact, when I saw that, I thought, wow, Jim's asking me for a question? And I opened it, and he fooled me. He said, is there a Toastmaster meeting today? And I'm thinking to myself, what is he thinking? No, it's on Thursdays. And click, I opened it, and it said, no, but there's one on Thursday, and I hope you will be there. Not only did he send that email, he sent a follow-up email 2 days later. And he said, I have 2 speakers, and I have Table Topics Master, and all these roles are going, gone. So you better sign up now unless you want to just sit there. Unfortunately for Jim, for a brief moment, he had no speakers because they all bailed. But at the last minute this morning, I said, I'll help Jim out. I'll sign up, and Carlos came through with his speech. So, good job, Jim. Another role that we have is the Topic Master. Now, what does the Topic Master do? Well, in Toastmasters official documentation, it's called Topic Master. But in our role, our meeting, we call it Table Topics Master. And what that person does is they come up with questions for the public to address in 1 to 2 minutes. Now, when our Table Topic Master for today, which is Eric, I believe, yes, comes up here, he will ask our guests, Ms. Anderson and Miss Eileen, if they would like to participate. You do not need to participate, but if you want to join in on the fun, feel free to raise your hand and say, yes, I would like to participate in the table topics. And what will happen is Eric will give out a question, he'll select someone from the audience, he'll ask you to use the word of the day, which is acumen, and you will have an opportunity to answer that question. Now, pay no attention to my cat. You'll know where I'm from. There are 2 types of speakers. There are the ones who have a prepared presentation, and today that's Carlos and myself. And then we'll have the table topic speakers, which we just talked about. The difference is that when you prepare, then our additional roles do not interrupt you throughout your speech, and I'll go through those. When you are doing table topics, our additional roles will have the opportunity to, on the spot, let you know that you may be doing something that you would like to change or correct. We also have general evaluator. Now, the general evaluator is the person who's going to come through and tell us, how did our meeting go? Did we start on time? Were we organized? Did the Toastmaster do his or her job in making sure that everyone knew what they were going to do? Any roles that were open, were they filled promptly at the beginning of the meeting? Did we follow the rules that are set forth on this club? Did we say our Pledge of Allegiance? Are their phones ringing? Did everyone silence their phone? were the evaluators knowing who they were evaluating and knowing what they were going to say. They will come up here and introduce the evaluators and the people with additional roles to give their reports. I talked about, well, actually I did not. The speech evaluators will come up here, and when they evaluate a speech, they're going to give their interpretation, their opinion of the person's speech. They are not an expert. It's going to be how they receive the information. One thing I like to do is I like to look at the guide and see what are they trying to accomplish in this particular speech. For those of you who don't know, the first 10 speeches focus on a specific skill. And what the Toastmasters guide likes you to do is to focus on that particular skill. So when you're giving speech 1, it's the icebreaker. And so you're going to tell everybody about yourself. Why did they pick the icebreaker? They picked the icebreaker because you know the best thing about yourself. If you're nervous, you're going to come up here and talk about yourself. It's an easy thing to do. It's kind of like meeting somebody in the bar. You just say, hi, my name is Eileen, and I go to UCF. And you could just start talking and talking similar to how you did at the start of this meeting. They pick that topic to make it easiest for you. As you progress through the projects, they'll tell you to focus on presentation, on visual age, on vocal variety, on props, those types of things. And then at the end, speech number 10. Oh, you should be able to incorporate all of those skills into that speech. Now we want to keep on time, and so we have a timer. I guess we'll just use this
That's
one.
fine, it's all good.
We have a timer, and our timer today is Bob. Now, we are packing in a lot of communication in this 1-hour meeting. Now, if I came up here and I talked for an hour, this would be the only thing we would do. So Bob is our gatekeeper. He finds out before the meeting or before someone speaks, what is the minimal amount of time that they need to speak. At that time, he will flick on the green light, which would indicate, for my speech, 10 minutes. 1 minute later, he flicks on the yellow light. When we see that yellow light, as a speaker, we say, oh, it's yellow. Not that the sun is rising, but that I have a minimal amount of time to finish what I am talking about. When that red light comes on, that is warning, 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 30 seconds left. And if you were in a competition, at 31 seconds, disqualified. So you do not want to go over your 30 seconds on the competition speeches. We also have grammarian. Diane has offered to be a grammarian, and in our club, we pick out a word from our stack of words here, and she gives the definition, and what is required is that you try to use that word throughout your speeches, particularly in table topics. She gives the definition, and when Eric comes up and gives the introduction for table topics, he probably will again tell you what the word of the day is and give you the definition. We also have the counter. Now that is one of the roles that I was telling you about. Now, Madeline is our counter for today, and she's got the little bell. Because I have a canned presentation, prepared speech, she is not dinging the bell with all the filler words that I'm using, and things like that. However, if you were doing table topics, she would ring her bell if you kept saying, Now, some people find this to be annoying. I personally think it's a good way to give yourself that opportunity to mentally say, oops, I must be doing something, and that's why she's ringing the bell. If you hear the bell, don't acknowledge it. Stop, pause, silence, not why is she ringing that bell, and continue speaking. Another role that we have in this club is the posture watcher. Again, prepared presentations. We don't ring the horn or the bell, but if it was table topics, it's not New Year's Eve. Looks like it, but it's not. And Gary is our posture watcher for today. Now, there's also some other roles that we do not participate in this club. There is presenter of invocation, joke master, and vote counter. We do participate in vote counter, and in our club, that is our table topics master. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the ballot sheet, on the bottom, you will see ballots for best evaluator, best speaker, and best table topics speaker. You, everyone, will have the opportunity to vote anonymously. You put your name on there, fold it up, pass it to Eric. He will tally the votes, and we will have the awards at the end. In addition to all these roles, we also have our officer roles. We have our sergeant at arms who makes sure that we have the meeting space and starts the meeting. We also have the Prez, our new president, Diane Atkin, and she comes up, and at the beginning of the meeting, she will give us any old business, anything that's carried over from last week. We'll have our meeting, she'll introduce the Toastmaster, we'll have our meeting, and at the end of the meeting, she will come back up, close the meeting, and discuss any new business. We also have our Vice President of Education, who is Arnie, Vice President of Public Relations, who is Marcel, Membership, Eric, Joel, Secretary, and Treasurer Bob. As you can see, there are many different hats that you could wear in your Toastmasters journey. And to get the most out of your experience, you will want to volunteer for as many roles as you possibly can, because it's through experience that you learn, and I hope you enjoy your Toastmaster journey. All right.